Jazakallah khair, everyone. I put my charger on my laptop, so I think that's what was causing the lag on the pen. I think it needed to be on charge. Inshallah, it shouldn't give any more problems, and we'll go through that. So, this lesson we were supposed to be doing next fi'l, but I think we'll leave fi'l for now. And what we do is we'll go through maybe some examples if you want, or if you want to ask any more questions about the jewel and the plural and about the huruf. If you want to ask a few more questions, because there were some questions on harful jar majroor and the halat of jar and things like that. So inshallah, I think I'll focus more on that. So this was actually the end of the lesson almost. So you can see here, I'll go through it with a little bit more calmness now, because I don't really want to rush this as well.
Yeah.
So if you have obviously a harf, and this harf is in front of a word, generally it won't affect anything. So if I give you an example, right? Hold on, let me just write this.
I don't know if it's mine or yours.
Is it slow?
I think that's just for brother Abu Hassan. It seems fine for me.
Yeah. Okay, so let me write an example. I'm gonna write daraba Zaydun wa Amrun Bakran. Yeah. So from what you guys can see here is we have Zayd. He's got two dhammas on there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And then, hold on, let me just highlight that for you boys. Yeah? So Zayd, he has two dhammas here. And then in between Zayd and Amr, we have a waw. So if I just circle that waw or box that waw, this is a harf. But if this was to be a harful jar, what would be in the word after it?
Kasra.
It would be kasra, isn't it?
Yeah.
But here,
Amrin. Yep.
yeah, but here it's not kasra because
It's a
yani,
name.
this not only because it's a name, it's not kasra because yani, this waw here is not a harful jar.
Oh, this is the woe of just saying and. It's not the woe of oath.
Gee, that's
Wow, oath we can only use with Allah, isn't it?
yes, because yeah,
Can't use it anywhere.
that's right. I'tiqadan, in terms of our aqidah, we only take oath with Allah's name. So
Allah. So there is no way that it's gonna be other than that, isn't it? And
exactly. That's why
But don't people swear by the Quran as well?
they shouldn't. I think people do that, but it's a dying trend now as well. They shouldn't do that because i'tiqadan is only by Allah, because Quran is makhluk. Quran is created, isn't it? Meaning,
Yeah.
No, the Quran is sifat of Allah,
meaning kalam
not
of
the Mus'haf. Yeah.
yeah. So yani kalam of Allah, speech of Allah is obviously a sifat of Allah. It's sifatul fi'l. It's something that Allah does. It's to speak, isn't it? It's a sifatul fi'l. And then you have the
So I'm not talking about the Mus'haf. I'm talking about, as in the Quran.
Sul Quran.
I mean, in terms of yes, I mean it's a you have there's I don't want to get into aqidah right now, but there's two different there's two different types of sifat. One is the sifat, you have Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Ghaffar. So this is yani sifat of Allah in attributes in terms of who He is. Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you were to say, like, in the Quran, Allah is known as Ar-Rahman as well, isn't it? You get it? So you could take oath. I mean, you wouldn't hear anyone saying War-Rahman. You get it? I mean, War-Rahmani, yani, in terms of taking an oath, but you could do that. You could say War-Rahman. You get it? By the name of by Rahman, I swear this, that, and other. Yeah. But in terms of there's another type of sifat, another type of attribute called sifatul fi'l. It's not created, yani it's attributed to Allah in what he's done. So let's say, for example, if he was to speak, yeah, this isn't a creation. This is
Yes.
This is part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this is his kalam. Do you get it? So
Yes. Makes sense, Ustad.
yeah,
What are you
so
saying?
yeah, so this is called a sifatul fi'l. This is in aqidah is known as sifatul fi'l. So this kind of sifat, obviously it's not created, and I can understand why someone would say you can be able to take oath by it because it's connected to Allah, but it's not Allah himself in the sense that Ar-Rahman is Allah, if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Well, in courts, when they make you swear on the Quran, that's wrong then, isn't it?
Yeah, because they just think it's a Bible, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
yeah. How they do it with the Bible, they think, oh, this is your holy book, so we just do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So khair, inshallah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so this wow here is a harf, which is ghayru amil, meaning it's not amil. So you can see it's number 2, non-causative. Yeah, it's that wow, it's a list form, it just means and. So if I was to
Ustad,
yeah.
Ustad, and when in writing form, shouldn't the wow should be closer to Jaid, really close?
It would be closer to Amr. So I just wrote it just to show you the example that generally it would be the wow is closer to the word that's coming after it. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah, so to Ahmad. So so let me give you an example of wow when it's using the term in the harful jar. Actually, I won't write it because I don't want to cross out Allah's name. I don't want to rub out Allah's name after writing it, basically. But yeah, so that's it. So when you're using wallahi, that wow, you can hear the kasra in Allah's name, wallahi. Yeah. But if we were to say Zaydun wa Amrun, you can see that wow is just being used in its normal case, basically, just as in a list form, basically, non-governing, inshallah. Hope that makes sense.
Yes.
So that's just all it is. One more thing I wanted to say though, is words, right? They have different every word has a different halat. This is something that you don't have to learn right now. This is something you don't have to understand, but I'm just gonna give you a quick explanation of what halat was mentioned in this lesson. But if you guys just take notice of it, it's very beneficial if you just remember it now, because when you go and do it formally, it will be much easier. In the Arabic language, we have different halat. Halat in English translates as states. Yeah? So it just halat just means states. So I'll just put that in there as
How do you spell halat, Ustad?
in Arabic.
Yes.
So ha, alif, lam, alif, and then you've got your ta. Halat. That's right. Halat. Just like that. Now it means states. Now, what does it mean? States. What does that mean? In the Arabic language, the words that we use, they are in different states. Now, there are 3 states. Yeah. You have Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. So I'm gonna write those down. So the first one is Rafa in English, R-A-F-A. Let me just scroll up the page. 1 second, guys. So if you guys could write that down, words we use are in different states. Yep, quite easy. And then we have, hold on, let me just go up here, boys, to get a clear view. Because 1 second, so actually, because we're going to be, this is not formally part of the lesson, I'm going to do it on the whiteboard so I can write, I'll have more space to write, inshallah. Get that full screen. Yeah, here we go. So we know that in the Arabic language, we have different halat. Yeah. One halat is rafa. Sorry, boys. Yeah. Then we have. Let me just try. Yeah. 1 second. So what's going on here? So let me clear this for you guys. So we have. Halat, yeah. And then we have Rafa. And then we have nasab. Then we have jar. Yeah. So I hope that's so. Can you guys see that? Halat, we have Rafa, nasab, and jar.
Yeah.
The English for Rafa is going to be R-A-F-A. Again. And then we have the English for nasab is going to be N-A-S-A-B. Yeah. 1 second, guys. Give me a few minutes here, guys. So we have R-A-F-A, N-A-S-A-B, J-A-R. Now, when a word is in the state of rafa, it will always reflect with a dhamma. Yeah. When the word is in the state of nasab, it will always reflect with a fatha. When the word is in the state of jar, it always reflect with a kasra. This sorry, switch my tablet again. Good thing I got Twitter. I'm not sure why it's lagging today. Could be my internet. Very sorry. It should be a lot smoother on this. So can you see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So this is a dhamma. Sorry. This is a fatha. Kasra. So we write down dhamma, fatha, kasra. So if a word is in the state of rafa, it's going to have a dhamma on its end. If it's in the state of nasab, it's going to have a fatha. If it's in the state of jar, it's going to have a kasra. So I'm going to write down a few words. This is rajulun. If I was to say to you guys, what state is this word rajulun in? What would you say?
Rafa.
Rafa, yeah. So if we say it must be my internet today. I'm not sure why it's doing this. First is Zaydan. What state is this in?
Nasab.
That's right. And if I say Baitin,
Jar.
Jar.
yeah. And that wants to come up, upload it alone. Okay. So that's it, yeah. Now, why is this important? It's so when we're reading in Arabic and the text doesn't have these on there, you will know what to read. You will know how to read. So when you're reading hadith in a short while, you'll know how to read it. Let me give you an example. If you saw this, right? How would you read this?
Fi baiti. Fi baitin.
So can you see you read without any haraka? You read without this sign here.
Yeah.
This part of Arabic grammar. This is what it's going to teach you, how to read without these signs. That's why you need to know about states of words. What state is the word in? How is that state reflected? How do you know what state it's in? It's basically the kasra.
Ustad, why couldn't it be fi buyutin?
You can say fi buyutin as well. Houses. You can say that.
Because there's no wow. I'm talking about the previous word. Because there's no wow. So
Yeah.
automatically we'd assume there's a fatha. Is that the default position? If there's no indication, then everything's gonna have a fatha or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, fair enough. Because here we know, but what about the middle here?
Yes, yes.
This you will know, inshallah. This you will just know from knowing the words.
Yeah. But just say I'm just some real ignoramus. I've just come into this class and I don't have a clue.
Yeah. then it's going to be difficult. There's no formal way of knowing without knowing them verbatim. Now, remember when I said if you know the wahid, the singular, and the plural, you
Yeah.
learn them as you just learn out of the dictionary. And when you see
Yeah.
those letters, you generally know what that means in Arabic, and
Oh.
then you read it like that, basically. Now,
Okay.
yeah, boys, yeah? So we said halat. So state, halat, and there was one that was of jar, right? Any word, now just revising on what we just learned today, any word that comes after harful jar, what is that word called?
Majroor.
Yes. This pen is just useless, sadly. Majroor, yeah? Now, that word which is a majroor, what state is it in?
حالة الجر.
Halat al-jar. Does that make more sense now, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, inshallah, when we move on to things like mubtada and khabar, we'll find out about their halat as well. Yeah. So, what we've just done now for the last 10 minutes of the lesson, you don't need to, it's not part of this lesson, but it's going to be a lesson within itself. And inshallah, we will go through that in more detail. And once you've done all of these small lessons that we're doing, then we're going to open Qasul Nabi and you're literally going to read and you're going to translate by yourself. And it's going to be so much easier. And you're going to be doing, inshallah. So, what we'll do is we can say that the lesson can be paused there or stopped there, meaning our formal lesson, inshallah.